Yeah, they told me that I have to prepare it, the guys in the whole pitch in the video, so I'm not going to be coordinated with the video, but doesn't matter. Just few words about previous pitch applause. I'm a proof that everything works that the girls said, because they have the biggest and the best office in our city, and we are all jealous of them. That's true. Just in a few minutes, I'm going to talk about our business case, about risk assessment, and what's the difference between digital banking and traditional banking, and I'll try to be quick. So first of all, when we think about digital banks, if you see, they offer a lot of products such as IBAN opening, lending, and so on and so on. But they are not offering complex lending. For example, there are just a little number of digital banks that, for example, can offer mortgage loans. Why is that? Because it's a complex lending, and there is no existing risk assessment that they can create. Why is that? Because they are on the market for 3 or 4 years. That's not enough data to calibrate the whole risk assessment. But the solution is open banking. Open banking means that you are the owner of your own banking data. For example, all of you have some kind of, not some kind of, bank account. All transactions that are done on that bank account, they are having some kind of the value for, maybe not for you, but for somebody on the market, there is a value. You can compare that, for example, with Google Maps, for example. All of you have tried Google Maps in some time. For example, from Zagreb to Umag, how to come. That is some kind of the data. For you, it's not important, but for Google, it's very, very important. How did you go? How did you went to the Umag? What was your speed, and so on and so on. And the question is, who owns your data? Who owns your data on Google Maps, where you have traveled and why did you travel and so on? The answer is Google. And the difference in the banking sector is that the data that you have created on a bank account, it's yours. Bank are just a provider for transactions. So business case R is not so complicated. It means you have your own data on your bank account, connect your IBAN with us. We have a connection according to PSD2 to all banks in Europe, and we can make a credit scoring in less than 5 seconds. For example, for a lot of people here, it's outrageous that you can get a cash loan up to the 40,000 euros in less than 5 seconds. But it's possible. When you think a little bit, you have bank account. You have a bank account where you receive your, I don't know, salary. You create some investments, and everything that needs to be seen, it's your bank account. For example, our algorithm, we have a little bit of AI in it. It can see how many kids do you have just according to your bank account. That's something very interesting, and also where do you live. So there is no need for bank to ask you such a stupid questions. For example, what is your salary? You have it on a bank account. It's visible in less than a half second. You can have a lot of data, and we implemented AI in it. What is actually AI? When we talk about implementing AI into the banking, AI is not decision maker in a banking process. AI is not making decision, will you receive a loan or you will not. The capability of AI algorithm is that it can absorb a lot of data in maybe 5 seconds, for example. For example, this is AI labeling. We have a capability. we create credit scoring we take all of your transactions 2 years ago in less than 5 seconds. So can you imagine every transaction that you have created in last 2 years for a coffee, for a parking, for whatever you need, everything in 5 seconds. And then when I have to return it, the story on the digital banks. Digital banks are using this technology to actually steal the data and to create a risk assessment for their future mortgage loans. Maybe you have, probably you have not seen it because risk assessment is not something that's very interesting to the people, but Apple created buy now, pay later in Europe a few weeks ago. How did they create it? They bought a company that's much successful than ours in London. It's called Credit Kudos, and they are calculating risk assessment in 3 or 4, 5 seconds for Apple customers. And that's the base for example, for buy now, pay later that's created by Apple. So quick credit scoring is actually, for us, it's the ground floor. It's the basic for quick client acquisition, because nobody wants bad clients. That's common sense in banking. And for the low default rates. In our experience, we are now selling our services in B2B sector to the banks, and that's horror, but okay. For example, they still don't believe in our technology very well. For example, with traditional banks, we have testing phase that lasts for 2 years. For 2 years. When we work for some fintech, we have like two weeks of testing, go, no go, and we are launching the products very quick. So you can see it now on the screen, the basic of the whole, and we talk about our business case. We tell you, connect your IBAN with us, then you have to give approval from your bank, where the IBAN is open. Give me your approval, I'll check all of your transactions, and you will receive whatever kind of loan, mortgage, cash, whatever it needs, in less than 5 seconds. And that's the top user experience in the lending management. Because people, if probably all of you have tried to take some kind of credit loan from the bank, and I'm 100% sure nobody's satisfied with the process. I'm 100% sure. But it's not about the people in the bank. The processes are just like strict because of the strict regulators. It's not that in traditional bank all people are stupid, because they are strict because of the regulator. And that's the situation how it is. So I don't know I still don't know what's the future for us. Maybe B2B, we are doing it very well, but I still believe that our future is in B2C segment and offering markets here in Croatia and Slovenia, probably some cash loans in less than 5 seconds. But still, the regulator is very strict about that, so we have a lot of problems with that, but probably we will solve that. And that's it about our business case. And
thank you very much.